What is up, my AKAPADers? Welcome to another fantastic, beautiful episode, a combative episode of AKAPAD's a Film Buff Podcast. If you're into video games and reboots and horror fantasy, kung fu fighting, martial arts, this is the Mortal Kombat franchise. And back in 2021, and we're talking about it because there's just been some rumblings of this sequel coming out of the 2021 Mortal Kombat. I sat down, revisited the movie for the 8th, 9th, potentially 10th time because I do love this movie and I want to talk to you about it because a lot of people out there hate this movie. But again, a recurring theme on the AKAPAD Film Buff Podcast. For some reason, a lot of the things I love, wow, the internet world hates. So let's get into it. 2021's Mortal Kombat.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
Oh my god, dealing with this heat wave here in Philadelphia, PA. I am sweaty as a mofo. AKAPADers, what is happening? Simon McQuoid. That's our director. Screenplay, Greg Russo, Dave Callahan. But we got James Wong. Sorry, I almost said Justin Lin, but James Wong, who, in my view, only missed with Aquaman 2. I couldn't finish watching that movie. Couldn't even sit down and do a episode for Aqua. I'm a big James Wanner. I believe James Wan is the creative mind in Hollywood today. James Wan became what I thought J.J. Abrams would become. Especially after The Force Awakens, I thought J.J. Abrams was going to be the creative force. James Wan, comparatively speaking, is equal to Steven Spielberg in the 80s, just when it comes to properties, creation, producing, directing, touching things, power. We go through James Wan's catalog. It's jaw-dropping. And here, yeah, he gathers some forces, and we put together a Mortal Kombat movie, one of which, guys and girls, we've been hearing about a Mortal Kombat new movie. Now, I don't want to say MK3 or Mortal Kombat 3 because everyone knew there would be no continuation after the second one back in the day, which was Annihilation. This movie is a long time coming. They call it development hell when a movie just doesn't get made but constantly gets worked on. It's important enough or a big enough property to get talent after talent after talent, touching it, reworking it. And a lot of times, this process, we do get good films because of it. A lot of people will say development hell, we don't get anything good, and this, and that's not true. Development hell does produce quality movies, and Mortal Kombat 2021 is a fantastic example of that. We have Simon McQuoid. He's I just like saying his name. Simon McQuoid is our director. We try and go into the filmographies of some of these younger dudes, and he's got like one short film, one major film, Mortal Kombat, and the second major film coming in 2025, Mortal Kombat 2. And that's it. And according to Wikipedia, MK2 is in post-production, so yay. Mortal Kombat Annihilation, 1997. I was there when that movie dropped. I was there when the original Mortal Kombat movie dropped, which I absolutely loved. I was there when, so there was like a couple webisodes. And I believe Makina, it was like some website that had videos. They dropped, or they had the original. It might have been called like Mortal Kombat Legacy, but it was like 20 episodes, 5, 6, 7 minutes each. They had Michael Jai White there as Jax. And Jax is in this movie. He's now like a favorite. But Jax is our cyborg arm, African American butt kicker. And a little bit of like the underground, because there was also this short film And I want to say, I might have to look this up. I don't know if James Wan directed this one short film. For very few times, AKAPADers, I'm going to pause and come right back to look something up. All right, so that short film was called Mortal Kombat Rebirth, 2010. It was directed. It wasn't directed by James Wan. It was directed by what's our cat's name? Kevin Takchorin, who pretty much he remakes Fame in 2009, and that's a remake. I don't hate that remake. And in 2010, he makes it looks like he makes a short film, like pro level short film, and it's just a bid for a larger project. But in 2010, the Mortal Kombat Rebirth short film that led to the Mortal Kombat Legacy web series, all of that laid the foundation for what was here. And I really feel like James Wan and company are screenwriters, and who else may have been in that writer's room, because we have writer's room now for a lot of these bigger franchises. But the minds of this movie had a lot of really good stuff to cherry pick. This movie mostly got criticized for one major reason. It flipped the script on the sides of a lot of the characters, meaning Sub-Zero is the evil ninja, Scorpio is the hero ninja, even though even at the end of the movie he says he's from hell. So we have a hell anti-hero, yellow, flame-throwing ninja. Go with it. Just go with it. Kano dies in this movie. A lot of our favorites. I wish I wish I had a little bit of Kung Lao dies in this movie, Cabal dies in this movie. It's a lot of that, and at the end of the movie we tease Johnny Cage, who will be played by Carl Urban. So what makes this movie so great? What they figured out, and no one caught this. I'm sorry, we say it a lot, but no one caught this. The Mortal Kombat mythology and lore were 25 something years, 30 years into this franchise. We have 11, 12 Mortal Kombat games. The Mortal Kombat games, the storyline for these games, it gets bigger and bigger. And you can watch the cutscene movies on YouTube. I implore that you do that. But the story kind of goes this full loop. It kind of loops twice. Like Liu Kang, who's our hero, he becomes basically like a zombie outer world monster. And that's kind of like a what if universe, but it's not really what if, and then they go back and they change it. But then the entire timeline does eventually reboot. And recently, I think it was Mortal Kombat X, it was called, meaning 10, I think. Guys, hey, just be impressed I knew this much, okay? Mortal Kombat X resets the timeline and flips a lot of the sides. This movie realized that some of these characters, number one, some of the most visual fictional characters ever put on anything. I mean, film, comic book, animation. The Mortal Kombat designs work in all mediums for a particular reason, because they're very well executed. So in this movie, they realized what they were doing with the game and where the game was going. Maybe there was some internal conversation there. The characters for Mortal Kombat are so vast, you can flip the sides. There's so many of these characters. There's so many interesting characters. There's so many really good backgrounds and backstories and lore. Again, lore, mythology. There's so many interesting points in Mortal Kombat. You can kill some of the greatest hits out of the gate, which is what they did. And why the hell not? We're in a movie where there's no Mortal Kombat tournament. We're building into the tournament. That's how much confidence they had in this production, and I absolutely love it. Everything that they do with Sub-Zero in this movie begins with Scorpio, Sub-Zero, the rivalry of those two ninja clans. That's the way anybody who ever have seen these two characters. If you see these two characters and you know they have a history, you say to yourself, this is how the movie needs to open. We need more of this backstory. Mortal Kombat is as interesting as going backwards as it's going forwards. I can watch this movie 100 times. I love some of the real deadpan lines. Just some of the lines in this movie. Some of the moments where we hold a death. This movie is violent. It's crazy. It's bloody. It's just death. It's Mortal Kombat. And we're not even in the tournament yet. And I don't know, AKAPADers. I just think this movie hit on so many different cylinders. And we kind of have to say, I know Halo, right? Halo's been compromised in the way Dune has been compromised because they're pulling in the god-awful Brian Haberlin novels into the HBO Ben and Gesserit series. Can you hear me gag? So Dune's been compromised. Mortal Kombat, in a way, I would say, was compromised with the Mortal Kombat X reboot. You know, when they reboot their own video game franchise within the video game, right? But it's still linear. Like, holy crap, is Mortal Kombat linear documentary. Like, I mean, linear continuity. From the games alone, it really is that very first arcade game all the way up through the modern age, modern consoles, modern technology in with MKX. It's insane. It really is. The history of the video game is as interesting as this movie itself. This is one of the few times you will hear me say, let the movie unlock more for you. Let this movie unlock a discovery of everything Mortal Kombat for you. The comic books, the Malibu comic books, they are valuable for a particular reason. You will pay a price for those on eBay for a reason. They are wall books. They are behind the long boxes at comic book conventions for a reason. But this movie, I love the way it's shot. It's dark. I love all the characters. I love all the casting. I love all the design work. Cabal is so freaking cool in this movie. They do a cool reptile. We see his heart get ripped out. They do a cool Kano. It's just there. And it's fun. And at the end of the movie, it's like, hey guys, we have to go do these things and fight these people. Who's in? It's like, yeah, I'm in on that. I'm in. Sign me up. It just didn't get enough attention. It's just, do people just forget? Sit down and have fun. Like, shut up, sit down and have fun. The budget for this movie, 55 milli. Look, it dropped in 2021. It was a COVID HBO Max release. I should kind of opened with that. Box office, 84. I can say 85 milli. Just keep going with this. This is another one. I get it. The Robert Pattinson Batman got a Penguin spin-off Max series. Dune got their spin-off Max series. This is the one that deserved a spin-off Max series. And just on a side note, AKAPAD, since now this is just like a longer MK discussion. MK has these animated movies that I do want to bring to you one by one. Because they're that effing good. They're made by WB Animation. I think the best things WB Animation is doing right now. Because I don't know about you guys. I tried watching Crisis of Infinity Earths. And there was something else. I can't watch the new DC cartoon stuff. And I don't know why. And that used to be my last thing I would watch. That would be a cartoon. Because I love that Harley Quinn show, by the way. The Mortal Kombat animated movies available on HBO Max. Snowblind, I know, is one of them. Just watch them. They're freaking awesome. And get into the lore. And just learn to have fun. Just do it. Just have a good time when we watch movies. Mortal Kombat 2021. I just line them up. Just watch the original. Watch Annihilation. Watch 2021. Then go watch Rebirth. Then go watch Legacy.
Okay, that's a wrap.